Okay, so I just moved into my new house, and that means we are testing an all new robot vacuum to keep this place clean. We're talking about the Narwal Flow 2. Let's get right into it. So I've been running robot vacuums all over my previous house pretty much nonstop. You know, I've got 3 kids, I've got a pet, mixed flooring. In this brand new house, not a real big difference. Still have 3 kids, but we have hardwood floors on all 3 of the floors. I have rugs everywhere. We have tile in the bathrooms. So there's a lot of mixed flooring here that we're gonna be testing the Narwal Flow 2 on. So if you see my channel before, you know I have tested robot vacuums from multiple brands, from Dreamy, from Ecovacs. I've tested the budget versions all the way up to their flagship models. And we have now the Narwal Flow 2. Just a quick intro to this. I'm actually really excited because it's definitely the best looking, in my opinion. The Narwal Flow 2 is Narwal's new flagship robot vacuum. Looking at the vacuum itself, I like the form factor. It's slightly smaller. The aesthetics on this thing are really clean, really nice, and quite modern compared to some of the other brands that I have tested. This is definitely the one I like looking at the most. So it goes on the main floor. The other thing where the Narwal Flow 2 stands apart is intelligence. We'll talk about its AI features and how it is different than standard object avoidance. But the most important part is going to be their new Flow Wash mopping system. Now, of course, all the other brands that I've tested, all the other robot vacuums I have in this home and my previous home have mopping features and functions, from the dual spinning heads to the roller. And in this house, all the floors have hardwood, tiling, and some type of flooring. So not a lot of carpet, which means the mopping feature is going to have to be top tier to keep all of this home clean. So let's actually jump directly into that, and we'll talk about some of the features afterwards. But the Flow 2 uses what they call the Flow Wash mopping system, which in a way solves for a lot of the problems I mentioned earlier, right? Like really thorough self-cleaning, not having unpleasant odors that are left behind after mopping, and making sure that the cleaning is done properly and it doesn't leave any streaks or messes behind, especially in the kitchen and in the dining areas. Now, the Flow 2 uses a rolling track mop. I mean, essentially, it's a continuous belt that rotates and applies fresh water in real time. So it's not reusing the same dirty water over the same surface, which again, I think is brilliant. Has 16 angled nozzles that spray hot water at about 140 degrees Fahrenheit directly onto the mop. So it keeps it clean as it works, and there's a built-in scraper that stays tight against the mop and it removes dirt continuously. I really like the scraper feature on this because, again, it's just going to get all the gunk off and make sure that your roller is super clean. So the mop is being cleaned basically while it's cleaning your floor, and that is a meaningful difference. So quickly, just some specs. You get about 12 newtons of downward pressure and the 140 degree Fahrenheit of hot water. So in practical terms, that means dried stains, coffee, sauce, the kind of stuff that like bonds to the floor overnight, come up really, really easy with one pass, especially because of the pressure and the heat. So I've tested this, the floor was clean afterwards, no residue, no film. And if you're used to using robot mops that just kind of like push moisture around, those leave streaks. That's really, really obvious on dark hardwood floors. So I really like that this thing is true clean. And then there's the edge cleaning. The trap mop extends to within like 0.2 inches of the wall and baseboard. So again, if you're in my kitchen, for example, it gets right under the bottom of those cabinets. It can get into areas that, again, crumbs, sauce, things fall into, and this, super useful. The other thing, along table legs, along walls, the extendable track mop gets into those gaps where the main body of the robot just can't reach. Again, super helpful. It's the same pain point that I had with some of the other robot vacuums that I test. Sometimes they just don't extend long enough and they just can't just get into those places really tight up against the wall. The Flow 2 takes care of all that. Of course, in the base station, the robot has dual water tanks built in, one for clean water, one for dirty water. That's pretty standard on all robot vacuums that are at least any good. And the dirty water tank has a built-in stir and prevents residue buildup and odor. I'm gonna stop right there and call out how important that is. Yes, I love a good self-emptying tank. I've tested all these other robots. Sometimes I just forget to empty out the dirty water tank immediately after use. It's a couple days, or sometimes we forget. It's supposed to be automated. When I go in to open that thing up and dump it out, all the sediment settles at the bottom. You have to soak it, you have to use soap, and just cleaning out the dirty water tank is such a pain. The fact that this thing has a stir and just kind of keeps everything from accumulating and sticking to the bottom makes dumping this thing out and cleaning it much, much easier. That is a smart addition. All right, the next big thing I want to talk about is Narmind. So what's happening under the hood? Now, because this is the part that separates the Flow 2 from most of what's out there right now, other than some of those really key mopping features, the robot has dual RGB cameras running at 1080p with a 136-degree ultra-wide field of view. So although it can see more clearly, the cameras aren't the entire story, right? It's actually what happens with the data. Now, when the Flow 2 encounters something on the floor that its onboard system can't identify with certainty, much like these adorable rabbit slippers that are just hanging around all over the house, it can actually take a photo and then send that to a cloud-based AI model for recognition. Now, Narwal is calling it the VLM OmniVision model. And anyways, the result is what they're calling unlimited object recognition. It's not working from a fixed list of 10 or 20 known objects. It's actually identifying what it sees. And this is where it gets more practical, right? The Flow 2 doesn't just detect an obstacle and go around it. It categorizes the obstacle into one of 4 risk levels and uses a different avoidance strategy for each of those. A wall or a table leg, yeah, obviously no risk. Cleans within 8 millimeters. Essentially right up against it because there's nothing to knock over, there's nothing to suck in and destroy the vacuum. A shoe or a backpack, low risk, gives it about 20 millimeters of distance. Your pet, that's medium risk, right? Mine, maybe she's a little antsy. 40 millimeters of distance. It keeps enough distance to avoid bothering them, but still cleans the area. I think that's hilarious. And something like a fragile object or a high risk item gets a full 70 millimeter bypass, which means it's going to do its best to give it plenty of space so it doesn't accidentally suck in a strap or something valuable or important into the vacuum itself. So for me, why does that matter in real life? Because in a house with 3 kids and a dog, the floor is never clear. There's these slippers everywhere. I've got cables because I'm packing and unpacking. There's, play jewelry, there's real jewelry, there's just stuff everywhere, Legos all over the floor. You cannot keep a house with 3 children completely clean, ever. So this robot needs to work around us. So let's keep talking about Narmind. The intelligence doesn't actually stop at obstacle avoidance. The Flow 2 also adjusts how it cleans based on the type of mess it encounters. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. For Narwal, it's called adaptive smart cleaning. So, dry crumbs on the kitchen floor and a small spill near the counter. 2 completely different messes, still messy nonetheless, but the Flow 2 handles both in one pass without me touching the app or switching modes. For dry debris, vacuums normally. When it hits a wet mess, it switches its approach. It does a reverse pass first to prevent contamination of the side brush, then a forward pass with the mop to actually remove the stain. And if the stain is stubborn, it re-washes and remops until it's clean. The whole sequence happens automatically. That is the kind of stuff that makes this feel less like a standard robot, just kind of bumping around my house, and more like an intelligent helper that I desperately need in this home. Because the other thing is, if you have tested or have robot vacuums, you know that normally you just set a couple of modes, right? Vacuum first and then mop, or vacuum and mop simultaneously. But it does everything in very sequenced predictable steps. But we know in real life, especially with kids, they're running around the house with a cup full of snacks and then a cup full of juice, and they're spilling both dry and wet messes everywhere. I like that this thing just handles both at the same time automatically without me having to pick a mode where it vacuums the whole house and then it comes back around and does a mopping cycle again. That is a waste of time, and this thing is pretty smart. That's very cool. And of course, I mentioned I have a pet, I have a dog, pet mode. This is relevant if you've got, again, animals in the house, just like me. The Flow 2 automatically detects pet active areas. So like the feeding zone, where the bed is, the spots where the pet actually spends time. So it rolls around, it's gonna learn your pet's movements and its patterns, which again, I think is hilarious. And it deep cleans those areas more thoroughly though. So that's the important piece. It also has Find My Pet function where the robot will scan the house and locate your pet so you can check on them remotely, and there's a pet video call feature. You can actually see your pet through the robot's camera and talk to them through the app. Is it really necessary? No. Is it fun? Yes, it really is. And again, I think of this robot vacuum less as a robot vacuum and more like a Weebo from Flubber, if you remember that movie back in the day, like really an AI homie that just kind of hangs around the house, cleans for you, takes care of the pet, keeps an eye on things. I've really been enjoying it. There's also a feature called AI floor tag. So if the Flow 2 spots something on the floor that looks like a valuable, a wallet, car keys, or maybe a small item that just shouldn't be there, it sends you an alert through the app. In a house where things end up on the floor constantly, my kids are actually always stealing my wife's wallet to play pretend with her credit cards. That's really key. That's the kind of detail, again, that goes from robot vacuum to actual AI home assistant. And again, I love that they bake that into the functionality of the Flow 2. All right, quickly, let's just talk about the vacuuming stats and power. So the Flow 2, 31,000 pascals of suction power in turbo mode. You can also go down to lower suction modes just for quiet sound levels. I will say, even in the turbo mode, this is probably one of the quietest robot vacuums that I have, and I really enjoy that. It's also a step up from some of the other models in the house, which range from about 24,000 pascals to about 30,000 pascals. It also has carpet focus technology. So when the robot transitions onto carpet or onto rug, it detects a surface change and increases suction automatically. That is pretty cool. Since it's a flagship model, also expect dual flow tangle-free systems on the brush rolls, which if you have pets or a wife and daughters like I do, saves me that weekly ritual of cutting hair out of the roller. Overall, it's pretty impressive stuff. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the actual station. So the all-in-one station handles all the dust self-emptying up to 120 days, auto detergent dispensing, full cycle hot water self-cleaning for the mop, the dirty tank self-cleaning, and hot air drying. Narwal has also upgraded to reusable dust bags and washable debris filter. Solid move overall, less waste, less ongoing cost. And then design-wise, definitely worth a notable mention. This is definitely, in my opinion, the best looking robot vacuum I have in the house. I think the light bar on the station is a nice touch. It glows softly when it's running. It's calm, it's modern, not a big black box just sitting in the corner of my living room. The whole system actually blends into the room really nicely without needing to be hidden behind furniture. Looks like high-end appliance because it is a high-end appliance. And then of course the station handles all of the charging and the fast charging. So the Flow 2 has a 7,000 milliamp hour cell with AI battery health management built in. So it supports both simultaneous washing and fast charging, and the AI powered management is designed to protect the battery's long-term health. So for a product in this price range, that kind of battery intelligence is definitely a premium tier feature. So finally, the question is the Narwal Flow 2 worth it? I mean, I have 5 robot vacuums in this house right now being tested, and I can say yes, absolutely. This thing is a solid product. the aesthetics, the way that it's designed and the way that it looks, and then the mopping system, the actual implementation of AI for identifying and learning objects. I love the fact that it has the pet mode and it knows my pet's feeding area, where she likes to sleep and spend time, so it knows to deep clean those areas and spend more time and focus making sure that is set and handled. I like that it can identify if there are valuable objects on the floor and send me a quick notification. So it really takes the concept of just a robot vacuum that roams around and cleans and turns it more into an AI home assistant, which again, huge plus and a great implementation of AI. So if you are on the fence about whether a robot vacuum can actually handle a home with kids, pets, mixed flooring, this is definitely something to consider. Not only are the cleaning features and functionality pretty premium tier, the intelligence of it does take it to a level that I haven't seen in my other vacuums that I've tested. So if you guys like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for more videos just like this. Let me know in the comments if there are other robots you're testing or if you want me to test or features you want more in-depth look at. But I will catch y'all in the next one.